In this video, we are going to familiarize ourselves with Excel, and these are the topics that we are going to cover. So what are the topics? Some of the topics are: what is the structure of the Excel file, what are the data types, and some simple basic formatting that we can do. So let's get started. Let's click on this plus button. It creates a new sheet, and let me zoom in a bit. Fine. Now if you see the top area here, it has got different icons here. This is called as quick access area or quick access toolbar, and then below it you see home, insert, draw. All these things are called as menu, and under this home there is this area. All this area is called as ribbon area. So all this area is called ribbon area, and the major portion that you see here is called as worksheet. And if you observe, this worksheet consists of these rectangular cells. So worksheet is nothing but collection of cells, and all these numbers, if you see here, I'm just going to click it and drag it down. All these numbers, these are your rows, and A, B, C, D, so on are your columns. So this worksheet is divided into cells via rows and columns. And if you select or click on any of the cell here, so here I'm clicking the cell, and this is from D column and second row, so D2, and that exact D2 is displayed here. This is called as name box. If you click on here B5, and you see this B5 being displayed here, this is called as name box. So beside this name box there is something called as formula area or formula box, where you can simply type the text that you desire and you get this text here, or you can just simply click on this text and again retype it. Anyways, that is the formula box. Then this is the sheet view that we have already seen. To create a new sheet, you press plus on it and create the new sheet. You can even right click on this sheet and you get bunch of different options. And then finally this area is called as status bar. So let's quickly recap what are the different parts of this Excel. First is your quick access area, menu area, quick access area, and then we have seen the menu, and this is called as a ribbon area, and this is your worksheet, which is collection of cells by rows and columns. And then we have name box, and we have formula box, we have sheet view, and then the status bar. This is your basic structure of Excel. Now let's see what are the different types of data types in Excel. So let me show you different types of data types in Excel. So there are five different types. Those are numeric, then text, then calendar, then formula, and currency. So we are familiar with the data types in Python, right? Int, float, string, bool. But when it comes to Excel, we have numeric type, we have text type, we have calendar type, we have formula type, and we have currency type. So let me create few cells. So I'm just typing it, clicking on the cell, just typing the whatever text I want, and pressing tab. When I press tab, it moves towards right. So if I'm pressing enter, it moves downwards. So that is one simple observation. So and if you're familiar with all these things, you might better skip this video because it's going to be boring for you. But anyways, if you do not know anything, then this is how you enter the text in a cell. Okay, all right, let's say date of birth, then math marks, physics marks, then chemistry marks. Okay, and let's enter some name, then let's enter some date of birth, then press tab, maths marks, physics marks, chemistry marks. Okay, so if you have observed this, all these Srivatsan, name, DOB, math, physics, chemistry, these all are of type text. And if you see this is of type calendar. Okay, this is of type calendar, and these numbers are of type numeric. So these are the three different types of data types that you can see in Excel. Apart from this, we have something called as formula. Okay, and so which I'll show you shortly, and there is also currency. Now if I want to select multiple cells, okay, I want to select text, numeric and calendar, and I want to format. Let's see a basic formatting now. So maybe I want to select text, press Control in your Windows. If your operating system is Windows, select the cell, press Control, select this again, keep on pressing the Control and select another cell. So this way you are selecting multiple cells which are at different places. Okay, and then these are the many different options available here under menu, right? Maybe I want to change the color, okay, and I want to reduce the size. Okay, maybe I want to bold it, maybe I want to keep it as italic. So, or I can even delete it by just selecting that cell and pressing delete. I can do that multiple deletion again by using Control and selecting multiple cells and pressing delete. Okay, and now if I want to add another column and say, let's say total. Okay, see this formatting, even though we have deleted, the formatting got saved, right? So what you do is you can simply go back to automatic, and then you can use this calibrate tool in here. Okay, so here I want to calculate the total of this course. That is nothing but sum of these three things, right? So I can say this is the formula, simplest of the simple formulas. Okay, I can either enter here is equal to, or I can just enter here. Now I want to select this one, plus I'm not going to use any functions. Excel functions are there which you can again calculate, plus this one. Okay, and then press enter. That's it. You get 220.5, which is sum of all these things. So if I do not use equal to, let's say I do not use equal to, then what happens? So you do not get the desired result. So it is important that you use is equal to. Okay, fine. So this is simple formatting. So maybe you want to, add some background, and maybe you want to change the color of this. Maybe add underscores. Maybe use some shortcuts like Control B for bold, Control U for underline, and maybe Control I for italics. Maybe reduce the size here. Okay, and you can select the entire thing and press here all borders. Okay, there you go. You see, created a simple table. Now let's say I want to delete this table. Okay, I can select all these things and say delete. Now what just happened? The content of this table got deleted, but the formatting remained the same. Okay, now I just want to go back to my original thing. So let me press Ctrl Z or Command Z in your OS system, Mac operating system. So when I said Ctrl Z, that means it is undo. Whatever the action that you have done is undo. So this is the symbol. You can just click on this, or you can say Control Z. Okay, now what I'm trying to tell you is I want to clear off all these things without formatting. So I want the formatting also to be deleted. Now I select all these things and go here. This is called as clear. I'll click on this and say clear all, and there you go. Everything is cleared off. Okay, now again I'm going to press Ctrl Z, and I'm going to use this to show what is called as selection. Okay, now till now we have seen what the structure of the Excel is, what are the different data types, what is simple basic formatting, okay, of the formatting available in Excel file. Now so what I'm trying to tell you is how do you select the cells. So we can simply select it by click, or just by click and dragging, click and drag. What if you want to select using keyboard? Are there any commands? Yes, of course. You can click on any of the cell and press shift and any of the arrow buttons. If you press right arrow, the selection happens like this. If you press left arrow, the selection happens like this. If you press down arrow, the selection happens like this. Okay, at this level again you press right arrow, the selection happens like this. Okay, so you can play around with this and try to get an intuition of how to use the selection shortcut, which is shift plus arrow keys. And then let's see what we can do, what else we can do. Let's say that I want to replace this entire header with something else. So I have alternative text here. Let me type it first. Okay, so let me drag this cell like this so that it is visible, or double click on it. And now I want to replace this entire thing with this thing. So I can just, what I'll do is I'll select like this. Okay, I have selected using the cursor, or I can just simply press shift and right arrow. And now go to this left bottom of this entire area. So if I go to this left bottom, you see a hand kind of a thing, right? Once you see this hand, click on it and drag it and drop it in here. It says there is already data present here, do you want to replace it? Then you say yes. There you go, you just replace the entire data with this new data. But you might have observed that the formatting has been replaced. Maybe that's easy too. You can just simply format it with all these options, with shortcuts. You can reformat it. So that is one thing to observe in there. Now I want to show what is autofill. So let's say I have one number, and if I go to this right bottom and drag this number, okay, I'll get as 1. I'll drag this number to the right, I'll get the 1. So it creates copies of this number. Okay, I'm going to press Ctrl Z again. So what if I have 2 here, and if I select these 2, okay, and if you drag it, what happens? It increments, it understands it's 1, first number is 1, second number is 2, and if you're selecting these 2 and dragging down, so it increments with 1. Let's say I have 1 and then I have 3. Now let me select these 2 and drag. What do you expect will happen? There you go, the increment is 2. So whatever we have seen is called as autofill. Autofill is one of the unique options available in Excel.